Дорогие коллеги, я вас всех сегодня приветствую на нашем вебинаре. У нас сегодня очень интересный вебинар о коллекции Iconic House. Это резиденции на уровне, с сервисом на уровне лучших отелей мира. С нами сегодня представитель этих резиденций, это Максим. И также с нами сегодня Татьяна Артемьева. Это человек, который у нас занимается Францией и знает ее от и до. Может вам всегда помочь с этим. Okay, Maxim, you can start, and then Tatiana
Yes.
will comment.
Okay, perfect. Well, welcome everyone, and thank you very much for being here today for this webinar. So I'm the sales and partnerships manager for the collection Iconic House. Iconic House, what it is, we are a private collection of villas and chalets in France. And just a few words about the story behind us. Is Robin and Tibо that you see here on the pictures. They're both brothers, and basically they decided to create Iconic House back in 2021. So we're a pretty young brand, just 4 years old. But the idea was basically the guys, first of all, are not very big fans of hotels, and they really like staying in villas or chalets when they travel for personal purposes, because they like the fact of being all together and having the chance to share spaces and everything. But they were always kind of disappointed by the service level they were having delivered in these rentals. So they said, why don't we create our own brand with our own villas and chalets? So the very cool thing is that behind every single property of Iconic House, we are the only owners. You don't have any third party rental agency or something like this. And that gives us much more flexibility, much more reactivity. And also, it gives us complete control over the quality of the property and also over the quality of the service delivered. And that's something very important for us because we really want to orientate our product towards the client and customer relationship. Also, a very big silver lining that you will find in all of our properties. So even if we work with a different interior designer for every single project of ours, we are having a huge silver lining with the design and the art in all the properties. In fact, the guys are very big fans of art and architecture. So we work with an art curator for every single project so that our guests know they're in an iconic house, of course, but on top of it, they know which iconic house they're in, because we really try to locally integrate the houses. So you will see we have properties in Provence, we have properties in the Alps, but we try to create different houses to locally adapt. All right. Speaking of destinations, we do have for now 5 properties that are already opened, and we're going to be opening 2 more properties this year. So we have 2 properties in Provence, one in Gordes, close to the hotel Les Erelles, for example, very close to the village. Then we have the destination of Les Baux de Provence, which is right in the heart of the village, just across the street from Beaumanière Hotel. And then we have the Atlantic coast with 2 properties, one in Osogor, close to Biarritz and San Sebastian in Spain. We also have Cap Ferret, which is close to Bordeaux, and not to be mixed up with Cap Ferrat, which is in the south of France. Here is on the west side of France. And then this year, we're pretty excited to open our first city address with Paris in the heart of Montmartre. And for December, we will be opening as well the sister property of Courchevel in Megève. All right, so these are the 5/7 properties we're counting in the collection. One very important thing, as I mentioned, is the service that we deliver in all of our properties. So you have to keep in mind, first of all, that all of our houses are open all year round. Of course, you have some seasonality because For example, God will be most likely to be rented in July and Courchevel in January, for example. But they're open all year round. That it means that whenever you rent a house with us, you always get the first like red square that you see here on the slide as a basis. That means that you always get your private house manager that will take care of the concert request of your guest. And then the person will be here for check-in, check-out, and then on call during the whole stay. You also automatically get daily breakfast served at the property with food and beverages included. And you also have 5 hours of daily housekeeping each day. We also provide our guests with a private mini electric car that is like a 4-seater mini electric car for self-drive. Since our houses are usually in remote places, that gives our clients the opportunity of just driving around by themselves, and it gives them also the feeling of the region. And then, of course, if they want to add up a driver a la carte, it's also possible. So that's what you get anytime, any house you rent with us. Then for the summertime, so that's said usually June to September, you take the same basis and you add up a private chef for lunches and dinners, with a maître d'hôtel for the service of the meals, and 3 extra hours of housekeeping per day. So that's for the summer season. And then for the winter season, so usually December to end of March, beginning of April, you take the same summer basis plus an in-resort private driver to drive your guests anywhere they want in the resort, and the in-house ski fitting directly in the ski room of our chalet. So that's in terms of service, what we offer as a basis. And then, of course, everything can be worked a la carte. For example, let's say you want to book God in September, but the guests, they want a chef or they want a driver. We do everything a la carte, like A La Carte Premium. So now let's push the doors of our properties, and we start with the very first property of the collection, which is L'Étoile des Beaux, located in Les Beaux de Provence. This is a very beautiful mass of 650 square meters, located in the heart of the historical village. So you get stunning views over the cliff and the village with nice sunset. The property is built directly into the rock that belongs to the estate. So you will see it gives us something very unique. And all of our properties are large size villas. So they always feature a minimum of 7 bedrooms, all coming with their ensuite bathrooms. And they all feature a pool. So in fact, what our guests wanted when they created Iconic House was to have sharing spaces, of course, but also to have full privacy once the bedroom door is closed. So there you go with a few pictures to give you an idea of and a sense of place of the property. But this year we're gonna have a brand new pool that you see here on the picture. It's gonna be a brand new one. You have this stunning view over the cliff. It's an old house from the 19th century. So all of our properties at Iconic House are usually existing building with a lot of heritage, a lot of different touches that we want to keep, and then we renovate the whole rest to match the Iconic House standards by keeping the heritage parts of the property. All right. So this one is our little artist house. It has been thought and designed for like the artists that have been going through Les Beaux de Provence, such as Van Gogh, Picasso. And you see you have these 2 iconic troglodyte rooms that are carved directly onto the cliff. So every bedroom is very different from one another. Then we move to God, which is an hour away from Les Beaux de Provence. So the very cool thing is that since when you speak per region, our properties are always very close from each other. So it gives your guests, if they want, for example, to combine 2 houses in one stay. They can, for example, do 1 week and 1 week in God and 1 week in Les Beaux de Provence, for example. Here we're speaking of a luxury bastide of 450 square meters in very nice estate of 2 hectares, featuring 7 ensuite bedrooms for 15 guests. So here's the house, and its estate. It's 2 hectares of garden that are enclosed in the middle of a 6 hectare domain that belongs just to us. So if your guests are seeking full privacy, this is the ultimate property. It's where you get everything basically, but just for yourself. No one to see you. The property is here again divided into 3 different premises. The main bastille that you see up there, and then a standalone family suite plus the pool house that hosts 2 double bedrooms. This massive outdoor heated pool, and as you can see here, 2 Provence properties in the portfolio, but complete different style, complete different atmosphere. So that's what we really try to create, is a huge sense of place, depending on the houses you are in. Since all of our properties are open all year round, you get a fireplace as well to get warm and cozy in winter. We got a lot of clients booking for like festive period as well, for example, just, for some family retreats. And then we're going to cross France from east to west, and we will reach Hossegor, which is close to Biarritz, about 30 minutes away from the airport. Anyway, usually all of our properties are never any further than a 2-hour drive from the nearest airport to be easily accessible for international clientele. Hossegor is a very, very nice, charming coastal town, very laid-back lifestyle, a lot of architecture, a lot of nature. So it's something very, very low-key, nothing to show off. The properties are a very luxury ocean house of 380 square meters that offers a direct access to the marine lake and 7 ensuite bedrooms. We kept the house very, very traditional from the outside, with this red and white house that is super typical from the region, sorry. And then on the inside, we completely twisted everything with this different offering. We have a very pop and colorful house. We have been inspired by all the luxury ocean houses on the Californian coast, for example, in the United States. So that's a bit of our, LA house, but in France, with a lot of colors for this region. Direct access, as I said, to the marine lake, as you see through that private gate, so you can paddle board. It's very convenient for the kids. Here again, all of our properties are very kids friendly. Tibor, one of our owners, is a dad of 3 kids, and he involves them in the friendliness making process of all of our properties. So we try to have something very cool and very nice for the kids. The house here has been designed and thought all around our environments. So that means the surf, the ocean, the waves, the water, and you can feel it here and there in the house everywhere. Then we're going to drive 2 hours up north from Hossegor, and we will reach Cap Ferret, which is very close to Bordeaux. So you can easily combine it with a wine trip, for example, or just some nice oyster tastings, because it's very famous for that. Here again, very low-key destination, very close to Arcachon, which offers as well a lot of Michelin-starred restaurants, very nice shops, hotels, bars, and we're just across the bay from it, so we can organize easy boat transfers for our guests so that they can enjoy the crossing of the bay by boat and seeing a nice sunset. They can reach the Dune du Pilat, which is the highest sand dune in Europe, and taste as well there a nice picnic overlooking at the sunset. The house itself is a very nice luxury cabin of 350 square meters, located at the heart of the peninsula, close to the tip, featuring a very nice iconic yellow pool. So this is the house that we kept very traditional, very cabin style, specific from the region and the Cap Ferret itself. It's our little nest. You will find a lot of wood inside, outside. You have very lush vegetation, this iconic yellow pool, and the house inside is, as I said, also a little nest. You get very subtle decoration with a lot of pop colors to like awaken this Cap Ferret vibe, but still very simple and very chic at the same time. You see, the idea here, as you can see with that bedroom, was to bring the outside inside and to feel everything the same way. Then we will change sceneries completely and land in Courchevel 1550, which is where we have decided to strategically locate our chalet Le 1550. Just for a little story, our founders, they're very big fans of ski and mountain sports in general, and they're lovers of the Trois-Vallées ski area. But what they don't really like is the super bling bling side of 1850. So they've decided to locate our property in 1550 for two reasons. First of all, to avoid the bling bling side, but to be easily connected to 1850, either with the driver or with our gondola linking 1550 to 1850 in about 5 minutes. And then they also wanted to offer our guests a chalet with breathtaking views over the valley and the village, which is quite hard to get in 1850 since they're all packed up against each other. So here we're located in a very private and quiet hamlet in 1550 with just a few chalets. Among them, there is ours, featuring 680 square meters with 8 bedrooms. So we have one of the largest capacity in terms of bedrooms in Courchevel. A very nice, stunning outdoor terrace. We have a very large spa with an indoor heated pool, indoor sauna, outdoor sauna, Norwegian bath, a gym, a steam room. So very complete offer. For that, as you can see here, the great views of the chalet from the fireplace and the living room. You have a very nice terrace with a fire pit, which is pretty rare in Courchevel. So you can easily grill some marshmallows with the kids after the ski, enjoy some mulled wine. Depending on the season, if you are booking, for example, March, we can easily imagine a barbecue prepared by the chef on the terrace. So yeah, this is what we offer at Le 1550. And also being located in 1550 gives us a very, very good value for money. In fact, the chalet varies from like, let's say 50K for a week up until 170K for New Year's week. But average, we're mostly about 70, 80K for an entire week, when in 1850 you would pay for the same type of product and the same service level, minimum double the price. So that's offering our guests luxury, but at a lower price and quietness. Just so you know, we still have a few availabilities left for this winter season, starting from the 16th of March onwards until the end of the season, on which we're willing to do very good prices through A La Carte as a preferred partner.
Maxime,
Then
sorry for interrupt you. Tatiana saw the chalet in Courchevel. Maybe she can add some comments for our agents, if you don't mind.
yes, with pleasure.
Дорогие коллеги, добрый день. Я вообще предполагала пару слов сказать в самом начале, но мне вот дали слово, чтобы рассказать вам немного о шале 1550, которая находится в Куршевеле 1550, потому что это пока, к сожалению, единственный дом Iconic House, который я видела, посещала. Максим вам уже все рассказал. Спасибо ему огромное. Я хотела бы обратить ваше внимание на следующее. Вот это шале 1550, оно по сути состоит как бы из двух шале. Но это не особенно заметно, но это очень удобно, когда едет компания друзей, например, 2 семьи. То есть в одном шале будет одна семья, в другом шале другая семья, и при этом они в одном пространстве, но не мешают друг другу. И между этими пространствами есть гостиная и внутренняя, и вот эта замечательная терраса, которую мы видим, о которой Максим говорил, там, где вы видите открытый очаг, удобное место, чтобы всем собраться, и потрясает в этом шале виды. Вот это одни из самых лучших видов в Куршевеле, потому что панорама из окон просто удивительная. Наверное, лучшая в Куршевеле. Пусть вас не пугает то, что это Куршевель 1550. Ну, как вы знаете, трассами, подъемниками все связано. И это не скинский, а вот Максим вам об этом уже сказал, но так как у них в распоряжении есть машина с шофером, их легко довезут до подъемника. И весь этот продукт, он поражает качеством. Вот по фотографиям сложно судить, но это очень качественно, уютно. Это ощущение, что вы все вместе, и вы не мешаете друг другу. Внутри ли одной семьи, или когда там едут несколько семей. И по всем другим прекрасным домам Iconic House я хотела бы обратить ваше внимание, что они всегда вписаны в природу и именно в регион. То есть вы заметили, есть два дома в Провансе. L'Étoile de Beau рядом с Боду Прованс и Лео де Горд рядом с Гордом. И для Прованса характерно два типа жилища. Это или мас, или бастит. И вот у них представлено как раз оба вида провансальских жилищ. То есть это все аутентично, это все вписано в природу, это очень уютно и с очень большой заботой. Я пока могла это ощутить только в Куршевеле, но уверена, что в остальных местах также. По поводу Кап-Ферре, Максим уже сказал, что не надо путать с Кап-Ферра. Да, это совсем другой продукт. Это то, куда стремятся сами французы. То есть, если наших клиентов очень привлекает Лазурный берег и Кап-Ферра, то французы стремятся на Кап-Ферре. Это Атлантический океан с одной стороны, с другой стороны это залив Аркашона. Это прекрасные места, это протяженные пляжи, и это практически невозможность забронировать что-либо на июль-август, потому что туда едут сами французы. Но мы не ограничены июлем-августом, мы можем бронировать и на другие месяцы, когда там меньше народу и больше красоты, и даже в какие-нибудь осенние или весенние периоды, когда там можно погулять, поесть устриц, потому что это устричные места. И также то, что привлекает и наших клиентов, и европейских клиентов, это Узгор, про который говорил Максим, рядом с Биаррицем. Это удивительное место. Этот дом находится между озером, в непосредственной близости, и в 2-3 минутах на велосипеде от океана. То есть вы между озером и океаном, кругом ланды, сосны, протяженные песчаные пляжи. И все это тоже абсолютно аутентичное, это в стиле региона, в который клиенты едут. Ну, это, наверное, все, что я хотела добавить. Если есть вопросы, задавайте. И я думаю, что Максим сначала продолжит, потому что открывается новый в конце лета, возможно, уже откроется еще один дом Iconic House в Межеве. Я возвращаю слово Максиму. Максим,
Me again?
oui, tu continues pour Megève?
Ça marche. Yes, so I was telling you earlier today that we're going to be opening 2 more properties in 2025. The first one will be Megève, which will complete our Alpine collection with the chalet in Courchevel. It's going to be a former unique chalet from the 40s that has been designed and built by the architect Henri-Jacques Lemesme, which is the founder, actually, of Megève with the Rothschild Baron. And they decided to create very specific chalets like this one, as you can see, with very steep roofs, so that we kept everything. And then we decided to create 2 extensions. The one you see on your left will be the outdoor kitchen. And then the one you see on your right is going to be a brand new spa area. So the idea with this product is to rent it as all the rest of our properties, summer and winter, of course. But here we want the summer to be as strong as the winter with all the services. And we really thought the property, like as a winter and a summer property. As you can see, you have the outdoor heated pool. You get also an indoor heated pool, sauna, steam room, 7 bedrooms, all the same services than in Courchevel. So we really want to see this property as a multi-season property. These are just renders for the moment, but at least you get a better idea of what we're going to offer our guests in Megève. But it's going to be a very stunning chalet of the 40s with a lot of wood, a lot of the original pieces that we're going to keep from the original architect. And then it will be inspired as well from the Austrian Alpine style. So you see, these will be the bedrooms. We're gonna keep all the wooden headboards, the wooden staircases, and everything will remain the exact same. And then we'll renovate everything around it. And this, last but not least, will be the final extension with a full wellness area that will be offered to our guests. And then I will finish with Paris and Villa Juno, which is the latest project of Iconic House, which will open its doors on the 20th of June. Very exclusive. We're opening officially the booking process today, so everyone will receive an email informing them about this. But this is it. The bookings are opened. Villa Juno is going to be a private former hotel particulier from the 30s. It has been built and designed for former operetta singer, and then it has been divided into different apartments. And what we decided when we bought it was to recreate the former splendor of that hotel particulier by creating a mix of Art Deco from the building, as you can see here, and a lot of touches from surrealism in terms of decoration. So these are the 2 silver linings that are withdrawn here. It's going to be featuring 5 ensuite bedrooms with a kids dormitory that gives us a maximum capacity of 10 adults and 3 kids. We're going to be having this very nice master bedroom with this double bathtub. We're going to have, and we created a whole new basement with a small pool / big jacuzzi, as you prefer, sauna, steam room, and cold shower. We're also going to be featuring a gym, very nice living room and dining room. There's going to be 3 kitchens, 1 for the guests, 1 for the chef, and 1 on the rooftop. Yes, there's a stunning 120 square meter rooftop over the property that gives you a 360-degree view over the roofs of Paris, over the Sacré-Cœur, over the tiny bit of the Eiffel Tower. So it's going to be very, very nice. And the property also featured a cinema room, a garden with a fire pit. And in terms of services, it's going to be featuring the same services as all the rest of our properties, but with a little extra. So we're going to include all the transfers from the train station or airport to the house for our guests. We're going to have a house manager, of course. We're going to have a chef 24/7. Well, not 24/7, but like 7 days a week, when it's 6 days per week for the others. We're going to have a butler. We're going to offer the packing and unpacking service. Of course, the housekeeping with a turn down service. We're going to have a 24/7 concierge service with our partners. So we push it a bit higher for the Paris project, and we're already thinking of some packages where you're gonna have the opportunity of doing a few nights in Paris and then like a week in Provence or in Courchevel or the Atlantic. So basically, that's the way we're seeing it. So these are for our property. I'm just following up regarding the dates of stay. So the way we work at Iconic House is that we have a minimum stay of 7 nights with a stay from Sunday to Sunday, but that only applies during the peak seasons. So that's usually December to March, and then June, July, and August. Outside of these peak seasons, we only have a 2-night minimum stay with check-in and check-out flexible dates. So that means that the guests, for example, they can stay 2 nights in Paris and then do like, let's say 3, 4, 5 nights in September in Gordes, and then follow with 3 other nights in Les Baux-de-Provence. That's what we're really trying, is to have the guests traveling from Iconic House to another one. Okay. Speaking of the rates, therefore, we have some weekly rates for the peak season. So for the summer property, they vary between, let's say, 21 to 50K per week. And then for Courchevel, as I said, it's between 50 and 150. That's going to be pretty much the same for Megève. For Paris, we're going to be thinking nightly rate, with a rate varying from 12 to 25,000 euros per night, including, of course, every time all the services I've mentioned. So yes, I think that's a pretty complete presentation. Maybe let me know if you have any questions.
Дорогие коллеги, если у вас есть вопросы, вы их задавайте, пожалуйста. Maybe we can show the video now. Maybe we
Yeah,
can
for
look into
sure.
the other questions. Yeah.
So there you go with a small home tour of our properties. We're missing the one in Cap Ferret because we're going to be touring it this year.
Si tu veux, je voudrais parler un peu des attraits touristiques à côté des maisons.
Oui, bien sûr.
Oui.
Pas de souci.
Дорогие коллеги, я хотела еще добавить по поводу... Понятно, что наши клиенты выбирают размещение не только потому, что это очень аутентичное и замечательное жилище, но и то, что можно посмотреть рядом. Я хотела обратить ваше внимание. Лео-де-Горд, который находится рядом с Гордом, это прям сердце Люберона, одной из самых интересных частей Прованса. Потому что Прованс, он тоже очень разнообразный. И когда вы находитесь в Горде, то перед вами открывается весь Люберон. Ну, во-первых, Горд – это высокая точка, откуда открывается вид почти на весь Прованс. Так плюс ко всему, вот эта замечательная бастида провансальская, она называется «Высоты Горда». То есть оттуда потрясающий вид на весь Прованс. И оттуда очень удобно путешествовать по Люберону. Оттуда вы легко доедете до аббатства Синанг, до охрянной тропы в Руссельоне и до других замечательных мест. В Любероне сосредоточено не менее 10 деревушек, которые входят в группу «Самые красивые деревни Франции». Это все Люберон. А если мы говорим о том доме, который находится рядом с Бо-де-Прованс, L'Étoile de Beau, то есть звезда Бо, то оно расположено, как вы уже поняли, в горах. Это Альпий, горы Альпий. И оттуда у вас буквально в 2 шагах прекрасная средневековая деревушка Бо-де-Прованс. Рядом у вас знаменитые карьеры света, где каждый год устраивают, это бывшие выработки, шахты, где прекрасное цветомузыкальное представление, посвященное обычно какой-то одной теме. В этом году это Моне. И это очень красиво, я видела несколько разных лет, и это незабываемое зрелище. Рядом Авиньон, рядом другие интересные места Прованса. То есть это уже другая часть Прованса, не менее интересная. И очень близко Арль, который он не просто средневековый, он античный. То есть здесь близко и античная Франция, остатки античности римской, и другие исторические места, как, например, Папский дворец в Авиньоне. И вы находитесь вот посреди этого всего. Ну, по поводу Осгора, понятно, там рядом Биарриц и Ланды, и по поводу Кап-Ферре вам уже Максим рассказал то, что дюна-пила, устрицы и Бордо. Соответственно, недалеко и виноградники Бордо. То есть возможность дегустации и очень интересных экскурсий. Какие есть вопросы? Задавайте, пожалуйста.
I think we don't have questions. Always very clear.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Maxim, for this information. It was very useful. I hope
You're
we'll
welcome.
have
It was
bookings.
a pleasure to share it with all of you this morning or afternoon for you.
Yeah.
And yeah, do not hesitate if you have any questions. I mean, you have all the materials and everything, so do not hesitate to share them. And I remain, of course, at your entire disposal if you have any question, booking request, or whatever.
Thank you so much. I wish to all of us good bookings. And
Yes,
we'll
fingers
share the
crossed.
information. Yeah, fingers crossed. We'll share the information with our agents, the video and the presentation. And
Perfect.
yeah, thank you so much once again, and have a nice day.
Thank you. Have a nice day, you too.
Thank you. Спасибо большое, коллеги, за вебинар. Татьяна, спасибо большое за комментарии. Это очень важно. Всем желаю хорошего дня, отличных продаж.